Hi, you guys. Welcome back for our daily practice questions. It is day 308. And as always, I like to first start with my introduction and disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey, y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Brittany Weinstock, a family nurse practitioner and the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, tools, review courses, review videos, review books, digital flashcards, Q banks, one on one sessions, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on their boards as well as in practice. I've been doing this since 2015, assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success. But y'all know my disclaimer and reminder is that we know there's no absolutes in medicine. We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any of the questions that you see here, I have designed and created based on the current guidelines that are being tested on the ANCC as well as AANP exam. Now, any of my videos where I'm teaching on things that we currently do in practice, I'll always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into question number one for today. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're not missing any of my videos. And if you would like to gain access to my NP Success Toolkit, it is free and linked in the description. My website is also linked in the description and houses all the resources that I do offer. And as always, I like to direct you to my business profile by simply going to Google and searching the Nursing Studio. It will bring you here where you can find my contact telephone number, link to my website, and testimonials from previous review students. All right, y'all. Question number one. A 22-year-old male presents with abdominal pain that began periumbilically and migrated to the right lower quadrant. He has a low grade fever and rebound tenderness at McBurney's point. What is the most likely diagnosis? Is it A, gastroenteritis, B, acute appendicitis, C, diverticulitis, or D, irritable bowel syndrome? Take a moment and tell me what you got. All right, so I always recommend reading the stem of the question first as it allows you to slow down to ensure you're answering what is even being asked of you. So here, the stem of the question states, what is the most likely diagnosis? And I always say, if the stem of the question is looking for a diagnosis, you got to run it back and look at those assessment findings. So we have a 22-year-old who comes in with abdominal pain. It began periumbilically, and it migrated to the right lower quadrant. Right lower quadrant is already key. You need to think of those quadrants and what organs fall into that place to help you identify these. But also, he has a low grade fever and rebound tenderness at McBurney's point. Right lower quadrant, McBurney's point are key identifiers for B, acute appendicitis. Question number two. A 33-year-old woman is diagnosed with Graves' disease. According to current guidelines, what is the first line pharmacologic treatment? Is it A, levothyroxine? Is it B, methimazole? Is it C, PTU? Or is it D, radioiodine ablation? Take a moment and tell me what you got. All right, and stem of the question here, according to current guidelines, what is the first line pharmacologic treatment? Now, I always tell you if the stem is looking for a treatment, you need to run it back and see if they provided you with a diagnosis. In this scenario, they have. The patient is diagnosed with Graves' disease. So ask yourself, what is first line therapy? And your best answer is methimazole. Remember, Graves' disease is the autoimmune component of hyperthyroidism. So we go with methimazole. That is that first line therapy. Levothyroxine is for hypothyroidism. Now, yes, we do use C and D with hyperthyroidism. PTU is commonly that first line option for pregnant women. And radioactive ablations and iodine are utilized not as a first line option typically. All right, question number three. A 30-year-old woman reports severe unilateral headaches preceded by flashing lights and tingling in her right hand. The headaches are also pulsatile, lasting 6 hours, and they cause photophobia. What is the most likely diagnosis? Is it A, a tension headache, B, migraine without aura, C, migraine with an aura, or D, a cluster headache? Take a moment and tell me what you got. All right, stem of the question, what is the most likely diagnosis? So again, we got to run it back and look at the assessment findings. So we have a 30-year-old reports severe unilateral headaches. So we know migraine and cluster headaches are the two unilateral style headaches, right? This one is preceded by flashing lights and tingling in her right hand. The headaches are pulsatile, lasting 6 hours, and causes photophobia. This is classic presentation of C, a migraine with an aura. Remember, if it was the unilateral headache of a cluster headache, it's usually typically eye pain that they will point out to you as that key identifier, okay? But again, it is C, migraine with an aura. All right, y'all. I hope you found this helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whoever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. And if you need any of the resources that I offer, feel free to reach out to the nursing studio. You can give us a call, shoot us a text message, or shoot us an email. And as always, everything that I offer is linked in the bio of this channel, including my website. And as I mentioned previously, my website is also linked in the description of this video. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. Happy studying. Bye, y'all.